Tonight is the opening of the Indigenous Veterans of Treaty 3 exhibit. It's an exhibit that we actually had created last year, and last year it was open at the Fort Frances Museum. And it's a collaborative exhibit between Fort Frances Museum, Kay-Nah-Chi-Wah-Nung, Rainy River First Nations, and Glendardane from Couchiching First Nation.
What this exhibit highlights is with the Aboriginal people, it is something they can truly be proud of. I am a descendant of a soldier, and I'm most proud. I'm most proud, not only of my family, but also the community that I come from.
Something like this, when Laura and I had started this exhibit last year, and in working so closely with Glendardane, he really emphasized how little people knew about Indigenous veterans and what they went through, and even how many of them served in the wars, and then especially even in this area. We spoke with Dorothy Medicine, who provided us with some information, Marcel Medicine Horton as well, and just, a lot of other community members. So it was really just a lot of time both on the computer, doing research, reading old articles, as well as just talking to people and getting their stories, getting pictures from them of their family members. So it's one of those things. We also really wanted to be honest in the exhibit. Indigenous veterans didn't have it easy a lot of the time, and so we definitely don't shy away from the truth in this exhibit as well. So we do highlight a lot of the happy and amazing stories, but as well as some of the atrocities that were done to them as well.
Yes, so this particular drum originated here on the Manitou Rapids, and it originated because of the conflict that was going on during the Second World War, where we had lost two of our young men, and this became great concern to our community and the members of the community, whereas they had felt that they wanted to strengthen and want to see these young men return after the war, and that did happen. We did lose two of our young men during that time period, but 7 did return. In this year of 1943, families in Manitou Rapids received a letter that Robert Kay-Nah and yet another letter arrived stating Eddie Nemepuk had lost their lives during conflict. Parents of Manitou Rapids became scared and afraid of the unknown. Would there be more sons lost during this time of war? Bijikins, Albert Medicine, was a parent with great concern. He wasn't sure if he had a vision or a dream as to what he saw. So he let other parents and community know what he experienced. What came to him was a black silhouette in the shape of a bird. The colors of a drum he also seen. People of the community and parents came together to make what Bijikins had witnessed. It was a drum with blackbird silhouettes, and a pipe was to accompany this drum. In ceremony, each soldier from Manitou Rapids would be given a song and a black bird silhouette so they may return home safely.
So the exhibit's going to be up until the end of March, and something that's new is they can actually expect to see some video content, something that we added this year for it, and then they can expect to learn a lot about the history of the Treaty 3 area and Indigenous veterans all across Canada. So we featured a history about of all of the major wars and sort of the Indigenous participation within them, and some of the stories, some specific stories about veterans, as well as specifically the Treaty 3 area. So they can expect to learn a lot about sort of really all of Canada, and then a focus on the Treaty 3 veterans.
It's just that here at the Kay-Nah-Chi-Wah-Nung Historical Center, you want to spend an afternoon, do come and visit this exhibit. It's truly a wonderful collection of our history, and it's also a fine collection of our soldiers at that time period.